How you doing, Miss Stokes? You know who this is. It's Perry from the Wagner Senior Center. I'm just calling to check up on you and see how you're doing.
We find a way to make it work.
Never give up. There's always a light at the end.
When the pandemic hit, we weren't gonna close.
Here I isolate. What sign is the A? Positive.
Welcome to Classroom 3, Graduation 2020.
Thank you.
More than 100 businesses in East Harlem received $2 million worth of grants.
This is Meals on Wheels, part of Union Settlement.
Meals on Wheels, Terry. ¿Cómo está, mommy? How are you?
All I do is just think about how much I've overcame through the months of therapy.
Muchas gracias. God bless you for all the work that you guys do. Thank you. I mean, say thank you.
Welcome to Union Settlement 2021 Spring Benefit, a virtual event empowering East Harlem. My name is Suni Reyes, and I am thrilled to be here this evening virtually, of course. So I don't need this mask. Much better. I am thrilled to be here this evening to celebrate the generations of East Harlem residents who have been helped by Union Settlement. First, I'd like to thank the Afro-Latineers for that wonderful performance. They will be back later in the evening, along with more performances and surprises we have in store for you. The Spring Benefit was canceled last year, and I was supposed to host it as well. I know you'll never get to see the dress I picked out for it. It was beautiful. But thanks to the magic of video conferencing, here we are, wearing our fancy shirts on top and comfy sweatpants on the bottom. I love East Harlem, and it has a special place in my heart because when I first moved to New York from Puerto Rico, the island, not the borough, El Barrio welcomed me with open arms. Union Settlement has been a passionate advocate for the needs of underserved communities, and its role has been amplified during this time. The essential programs the Union Settlement provides brings education, wellness, and community building opportunities to East Harlem residents and empowers New Yorkers with opportunities to better their lives. Now I'd like to acknowledge our distinguished honorees and awardees of the evening. Ron Moelis, Jonathan Rose, Dunn Zappetti, law firm partner Gibson Dunn, and corporate partner Blackstone Charitable Foundation. Now it is my pleasure to introduce the Executive Director of Union Settlement, David Nocenti.
Thank you, Suni, for that wonderful introduction. And I'd like to thank all of you who joined us this evening for your ongoing support. I have to start by thanking Union Settlement's wonderful employees and remarking on their amazing commitment and also the strength and resilience of the East Harlem residents we serve. Union Settlement has been in East Harlem since 1895. So this has actually been the second worldwide pandemic that we have helped this neighborhood through, the first being in 1918. And we were here for the Great Depression and 2 world wars as well. So while this has been an incredibly challenging year for Union Settlement, it's for times like this that we exist, the times of greatest need. 13 months ago, Union Settlement had to immediately transition almost all of our program from in-person services to remote services. I say almost all our services because some we couldn't change, like our Meals on Wheels program, where even during the height of our pandemic, our employees continued to go out every day and hand deliver over 500 meals to homebound seniors. But our other programs, early childhood, youth programs, adult education, mental health counseling, small business assistance, senior centers, and more, had to immediately transform to virtual programming. We did that and also started entirely new efforts, like creating an emergency food pantry that opened twice a week and served hundreds of local residents who lost their jobs and had no way to feed their families. Throughout this time, we adopted a safety-first approach: mandatory masks, social distancing, temperature checks at the door, hand sanitizer, PPE. Now, in April, as the situation improves, we're keeping all those protections in place and have started new ways of assisting, such as providing vaccine education to our employees and program participants, and even opening up Union Settlement's facilities to become vaccine administration centers. Thanks to all of these efforts and the support of individuals like you, we are in a better place, a hopeful place. And no matter what comes, Union Settlement will continue to stand beside our resilient East Harlem neighbors, just as we have for the past 125 years and will do for the next 125 as well.
Hi there, I'm Deborah Roberts of ABC News, and I am also a very, very proud supporter of Union Settlement. My husband and I have really just stood in awe of all the great work that you've been doing, the life-saving work, really, for the last 100 plus years. I had the opportunity to do a report on the organization years ago, and I have just never stopped caring about the work that you're doing ever since. So I just want to wish everybody a great event, and congratulations to all the honorees.
Hi, this is Councilmember Diana Ayala, and I just wanted to come by and congratulate Union Settlement and the team on their spring benefit this year. If you didn't know this, Union Settlement is the bomb, and I thank you all for supporting them and continuing to support them throughout the years. This has been a very difficult, trying time for all of us, but we made it through because of all of the contributions of Union Settlement. We love you. East Harlem loves you. Keep up the good work.
Before we introduce our first award, I want to thank Union Settlement's board members who generously give their time, expertise, and resources to make our organization strong and effective. We're so grateful to you. And I'd also like to thank our generous sponsors of tonight's event. Diamond sponsors, Andreas Strakopoulos and Stavros Niarchos Foundation. Gold sponsors, Gibson, Dunn, and Dawn Zappetti and Patrick Sullivan. Silver sponsors, Bill and Jan Arnold, Goldman Sachs, and Ruth Packman and Don Filati. And our bronze sponsors, Avalon Bay Communities, Susan Chapman, Bonnie and TJ Duane, Fulton Realty Capital, Brad and Sharon Green, Keck CNC, RNC Industries, Maxine Rockoff, Taconic Partners, Wells Fargo, and Dana Zappetti and Nicholas Lacumentas. I also want to thank our board benefit committee, chaired by Latifa Odedina. Most of all, I want to thank the staff of Union Settlement who have worked incredibly hard throughout the pandemic to support the needs of our participants while going through this ordeal themselves. Now, a few housekeeping notes. We have a terrific evening planned for you, so please chat with us throughout the evening in the chat box. And of course, this is a fundraiser, so we invite you to support Union Settlement's essential services by clicking the donate buttons when they appear on your screen during the live ask portion of the evening. Now I'm pleased to present our first award of the evening, the Law Firm Partner Award to Gibson Dunn. Gibson Dunn is a leading international law firm with more than 1,400 lawyers and 20 offices around the world. They devote substantial time and effort to pro bono work each year, and Union Settlement has been fortunate to have received pro bono assistance from Gibson Dunn multiple times since 2016. It is my distinct pleasure to present the 2021 Law Firm Partner Award to Gibson Dunn. Please welcome Mylan Dennerstein to accept this award.
Thank you so much, Dave, for that lovely introduction. I am thrilled to be here virtually and accept this honor on behalf of Gibson Dunn. We remain in awe of the incredible work that Union Settlement does in New York City and more specifically in the East Harlem community. The work that Union Settlement does has never been more critically important than it is today. The last year has seen massive and terrifying disruptions to all of our lives and all of our communities. As we have all struggled over the last year, it has been reassuring to know that there are people and organizations like Union Settlement fighting to keep our communities strong, and we have been proud to be a partner in that fight. At Gibson Dunn, we have a deeply rooted, long-standing tradition of engaging in pro bono legal work to help give back to our communities, to ensure access to justice, and to stand up for human rights. For those living in poverty or within marginalized communities, the impact of the coronavirus has been and continues to be especially devastating. Since March 2020, over 300 Gibson Dunn lawyers dedicated more than 8,000 pro bono hours to coronavirus response efforts to help impacted communities. And of course, Gibson Dunn has doubled down on our efforts to take on pro bono matters that directly impact systemic racism and racial justice. In the past 6 months, nearly 400 lawyers have dedicated more than 16,000 hours to matters dedicated to achieving racial justice. We believe that change must start in our homes and our communities. And we are so proud to work with Union Settlement and assist in its tireless and long-standing efforts to empower the East Harlem community. Thank you for all you do and allowing us to be a partner with you. This is such an honor. Thank you.
Hi, I'm John Turturro, and I want to thank Union Settlement for its commitment to assisting the residents of East Harlem during this past year, especially during the COVID pandemic, and their continual support of the community. It's a great organization, and I'm honored to be a little bit part of it. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Gail Brewer, Manhattan Borough President. I love Union Settlement. Why do I love Union Settlement? A whole bunch of reasons. First of all, you take care of the entire community. Union Settlement takes care of the entire community. You also support the small businesses, and during this awful pandemic, you were the conduit for all of the East Harlem residents and restaurants in terms of supporting, feeding the hospital workers at Metropolitan Hospital, and you did that because you already knew the restaurants that could participate in this program. And then later on during the pandemic, when there was some funding available, you knew which restaurants needed it. So Union Settlement, congratulations on 126 years of serving East Harlem, and you always, always, always do it the right way. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Arturo O'Farrell. I am the founder and artistic director of the Afro-Latin Jazz Orchestra and the Afro-Latin Jazz Lions. We have our offices in East Harlem. We want to take a minute and thank Union Settlement for their longstanding commitment to East Harlem. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Brad Green, a member of the Union Settlement Board of Directors. I'm very pleased to be here with you this evening to present the Corporate Partner Award to Blackstone Charitable Foundation. Blackstone Charitable Foundation has been a strong supporter of Union Settlement in countless ways. At the onset of the pandemic, the foundation was the first major corporation to make a generous grant to our COVID-19 Emergency Relief Fund, and has continued to provide support throughout this time. In addition to providing financial support, Blackstone employees also volunteered their time to call our homebound seniors, as well as participate in our holiday gift drive, which provides toys for East Harlem children. Blackstone Charitable Foundation, we thank you and are proud to honor you with this year's Corporate Partner Award. Please join me in welcoming Amy Stursberg, Executive Director of Blackstone Charitable Foundation, to accept the award.
Hello, and thank you so much for that introduction, Brad. I'm Amy Stursberg, the Executive Director of the Blackstone Charitable Foundation, and I'm so excited and honored to represent Blackstone for this recognition today. Blackstone, as many of you know, is a leading global investment business. We manage capital on behalf of pension funds, institutions, individuals, including retirement systems that represent tens of millions of teachers, firefighters, and other pensioners. Our scale means we can have a positive impact through our investments to strengthen communities around the world as well. It's our privilege to be able to support others through the Blackstone Charitable Foundation's efforts. In 2020, our contributions were perhaps more important than ever before. We were honored to be able to support Union Settlement, in addition to many other not-for-profits, with a $100,000 COVID relief grant to help ensure the continued empowerment of the East Harlem community during the pandemic. We were also thankful to have an opportunity, albeit virtually, to support the organization through our employee engagement programming. Most recently, during the 2020 holiday season, many of our people volunteered virtually by placing phone calls to East Harlem's homebound senior citizens to conduct brief nutrition screenings and ensure that this vulnerable population's health and safety was ensured. We're so gratified to be able to support these important programs and services that Union Settlement provides to East Harlem, as well as to work together to create a positive change in New York City. Once again, I thank Union Settlement for this humbling recognition and look forward to our continued partnership. Congratulations, Union Settlement, from the entire Blackstone and the Blackstone Charitable Foundation. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Bob Lorenz from the Yes Network, and I'm delighted to be a part of tonight's event and to have the opportunity to congratulate Union Settlement on the incredible work that they've done for the East Harlem community. On behalf of all of us here at Yes, we'd like to take a moment to recognize all that you've accomplished through the years, and from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you for continuing to provide such vital services in these challenging times and beyond. Here's wishing you a grand slam this evening and a much-deserved cheers for all that you do for our fellow New Yorkers. Stay safe, everybody.
Hi, I'm Zephyr Teachout. I love Union Settlement, and I am so grateful for the incredible work that you do.
March 2020, we found out that we would have to close pretty much the majority of our organization due to the pandemic. We decided to create a pretty comprehensive, robust plan for all of our programs and services to keep as many of them going in person as we could, and also to take the rest of them appropriately remote.
In the early childhood education department, we give children the fundamental principles they need to succeed in school and beyond. We not only teach them how to share, but we teach them how to write, how to read. And we want it to be a place where all of the outside distractions fade when they walk in our doors.
Youth services, any opportunity that we see, we're pushing it toward the students. Like, look, this is what you gotta do. This is how you're gonna get to that next level. It's a beautiful thing to see students start to believe in themselves and start to take action on their life, because now they feel like they have the tools. Without Union Settlement, without youth services, who knows what tools they would have had.
Adult education, we've been around for over 30 years. We offer ESL. We also offer adult basic education. We also offer high school equivalency preparation. Our students come from various backgrounds, and we give them the confidence to follow their dreams. We give them the confidence to pursue anything, to be anything, to accomplish that American dream that they came here for.
The mental health department at Union Settlement, we provide therapy services to over 1,000 individuals in East Harlem and beyond. I think of my own clients and how they've made so many positive changes in their lives, and there's a ripple effect throughout their own families and their own communities, and that ripple effect goes throughout the whole community.
Our mandate really is to allow the seniors in our program to age in place so that they won't have to go to assisted living or nursing home. We try to make life more pleasant. We try to make it easier. We do shopping. We've gone on trips. We have our parties. And one of the things most of all that we do is we listen. We listen without judging.
There have not been the same financial opportunities in East Harlem that there have been in other neighborhoods. And our business development team, by helping the clients build the technical skills, build the resources to create their businesses, we're creating an economic environment where the whole neighborhood can thrive. We're creating more jobs. We're creating opportunities to buy locally and to hire locally. So I think this is, it's one of the things it reminds me of is rising tides raises all ships. And I think our business development is at the heart of that.
Union Settlement definitely has a natural love for East Harlem. The community leans on Union Settlement.
My son going to school in Union Settlement, and I'm so happy. I can tell you, my son is 2 years, and my son can count 1 to 20, and he know all of his ABCs, and he speak like a 3.5, yes, the ABCs, and I'm so happy.
I was so shy. Union Settlement gave me an opportunity to change. I didn't have the courage to talk to nobody. I thought they would, laugh at me, make fun of me. I learned to trust others in a way and how to talk to more people, make socialize, and that's how I became a different person.
I need to learn English because the English is very important for my job.
People actually realize that I'm actually changing to better myself, to not get stepped on, to basically be heard, because I was never heard before. It was like I never existed to nobody. So after I started changing, after I started therapy, they actually realized that, I'm doing this for myself.
I'm not a pro at with technology. But when I was in the center, we had the computer classes, tablet. If I have any issues with it, I call my coordinator and they will help me through it. But now I with the tablet, I just go, like I got through it to you.
Julio, you received the grant. I was wondering, how did it help you?
Well, this grant for me was really huge. Not only me, because, I have employees, I have a lot of employees working, and everybody's suffering this moment. So if you want to keep your employees, if you want to keep your business open, it's not just me, it's my family, their family, it's everybody, in the same boat. You always with us, in the tough moment and the good moment.
For every one success story that we have, we know we have tens of thousands of more in our community and in East Harlem that need our help.
We do it from the heart. Right? This is true soul work. Soul work.
The services and programs Union Settlement provides are truly inspiring. I am so pleased to introduce our next speaker, Afiya Burns. Afiya is an East Harlem resident who started in the College Readiness Program in 9th grade. Thanks to the support, preparation, and guidance of Union Settlement, she is now a freshman at her dream school, Stony Brook University.
Afiya is a ray of sunshine who just has a drive and passion to really succeed.
My building is actually right there, 431. My parents, they went to high school, but they never were able to go to college. They didn't really have the money back home to do so. So they came here looking to give me a better life. Ever since I was 5, my parents have been drilling it in my head. Yeah, I'm going to college. I knew I was smart. I just didn't think I was ever gonna get somewhere with it because my grades are always pretty low. I just kind of let myself do the bare minimum to get places. So, yeah. But then I saw a flyer about Union Settlement, about college readiness, tutoring, after-school programs. So I was like, oh, this sounds fun. Let me sign up.
That was kind of like the battle rush. pushing past a set standard of what is expected for young Black students. I told her, okay, I understand you taking your SAT. I really think you should take it again and go to this SAT prep class. And she was like, all right, Ms. Laura, I'll do it. And then so when she took her SAT again, her score went up 300 points. Like, so that's what I just love about Afiya, like taking the advice and taking the resources and actually applying that and being the first person in her family to go to a 4-year university.
I go to Stony Brook. I'm going there for pre-nursing as of right now. I have 2 years to complete all my requirements and I could go into my nursing major. And I'm looking forward to that, honestly. I like helping people. I've always seen myself in a medical setting. I watch a lot of doctor shows. My dad actually went to trade school here, and he said like I inspired him to go back because he was just gonna keep working with what he's doing right now. But yeah, he likes what he's doing now. Like he's in school, I'm proud of him. I check up on him, he checks up on me in school. I showed him my grades, he was proud. The resources and opportunities that we have, they're very limited, but Union Settlement finds a way to like try to help you with that, and that's what helped me get to where I am today.
Wow, what an inspiring story from Afiya. It's so amazing to witness the powerful impact that Union Settlement has on East Harlem residents like Afiya. And with that, good evening, everyone. My name is Latifa Odedina, and I'm proud to chair the Benefit Committee and serve on Union Settlement's Board of Directors, along with my friend and fellow board member, Robin.
Good evening, all, and thank you, Latifa. My name is Robin Sparkman. I've served on Union Settlement's Board of Directors for 8 years, as well as on the Benefit Committee, and I'm excited to virtually be here with all of you tonight. How you doing this evening, Latifa?
I'm very well, thanks for asking, Robin. And I'm feeling so inspired by the incredible work that Union Settlement has been doing over the past year, in spite of the many uncharted obstacles we've all faced. And as many of you know, Union Settlement's programs are funded in large part by our loyal donors. And Robin and I are here tonight to ask for your continued support of our vital programs.
That's right. Union Settlement has shown incredible adaptability over the past year, and our programs need your support. Our goal is to raise an additional $40,000 tonight. With your help, we can empower the lives of even more East Harlem residents. On your screen to the right of this video, you will see a button that says Donate. You can click that Donate button at any time to make your donation throughout the program, or click on the dollar amount buttons on this video as they appear on the screen. Now I'll hand it over to Latifa to talk about some of the great things Union Settlement can do with your donation tonight.
Thanks, Robin. So your incredibly generous $5,000 donation tonight can go towards our Union Settlement General Store, which we opened during the pandemic. The General Store serves as a lifeline to many of our participants who otherwise would not have reliable access to food and other essential items. So a $5,000 donation would provide over 350 individuals and their families with nutritious food, essential household items, and personal protective equipment through our General Store.
That's great. The General Store is just one of the many innovative ways that Union Settlement has stepped up to serve our community throughout the COVID-19 pandemic.
A $2,500 donation can be used to support summer youth programs for this upcoming summer. And as we see things slowly reopening and transitioning back to normal, which is so exciting for all of us, it's more important than ever that our youth have access to engaging, fun, and activity-filled programs over the summer while they're not in school. So a $2,500 donation can go a long way to make that happen for our kids.
Yep, it's a really important cause. Now, $1,000 can be used to provide 800 sandwiches to homebound East Harlem seniors who may struggle to adequately feed themselves on a regular basis. Union Settlement delivers sandwiches to over 500 seniors 2 times a week.
And, you know, I think that's so amazing. And that's one of the things we do that really, really warms my heart, because I think it's so important. And a generous donation of $500 can be used to cover transportation costs for high school seniors enrolled in our college readiness program. Participants in the program have the opportunity to go on college tours and visits, and your donation tonight could help support those efforts. Many of our college readiness participants will be the first people in their families to attend college.
That's great. Support of our college readiness program would be used to help people like Afiya, who we just heard from in the previous video. Finally, a donation of $250 can be used to purchase educational materials for students in our adult education program. Union Settlement has the largest adult education program in East Harlem, providing hundreds of adult learners with vital English language, high school equivalency, and computer literacy classes every year. These are just some of the many ways that your donations can help improve the lives of the underserved residents of East Harlem. And remember, we welcome donations in any amount. No donation is too big or too small. You can donate at any time for the rest of the evening using the donate button to the right of your video screen. We deeply appreciate your help as we try to reach our additional fundraising goal of $40,000 tonight. I think that's it for us right now, right, Latifa?
Yeah, that's our short stint this evening. Thanks so much to everyone who donated already and who plans to donate. And many thanks to you, Robin, for being a great colleague on Union Settlement's board of directors and for doing this with me this evening.
Thank you as well, Latifa. It's always a pleasure. And now stay tuned for an upcoming special guest video.
Hello, this is Kathleen Turner. I want to tell you about Union Settlement, a place I volunteered for many years with lovely people, but most important, they serve East Harlem community, and the work they do is extraordinary. I have to say that this has been a tough year for everyone, of course, but the demand of those in need has been such an extraordinary increase, an heroic effort that these people have met. So we need your support. We need you to volunteer. We need you to support Union Settlement. Oh, please, I do thank you.
Hi, as a native of East Harlem and a former Union Settlement employee, I want to thank and applaud each one of you at Union Settlement for your tireless work on behalf of East Harlemites for decades. I also, as commissioner, want to applaud Union Settlement for all of the work that it has done during this most challenging year. Union Settlement stepped up and served older adults in the most trying times that any one of us has experienced in a lifetime. And to you, the donors, thank you. Your support will make Union Settlement not only support programs today, but also well into the future. Give to causes that make a difference. Union Settlement is one such cause.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Amy Sherman, chair of the Union Settlement Board of Directors. I'm so glad you could join us all for this amazing evening celebrating this organization. I'm proud that I have the opportunity to work with Dave, my dedicated board colleagues, and of course, the Union Settlement staff. I'm continuously impressed with the impact and the difference this organization is making in people's lives every single day. I am also incredibly impressed with our first honoree of the evening, Dunn Zappetti. I feel so fortunate to work with her side by side on the board of directors and to also have the privilege of calling her my friend. Dunn is a forward-thinking leader and marketing strategist who creates bold, integrated campaigns that drive ahead of the competition results. Dunn joined Citi in 1992 and has since held executive marketing roles across a broad set of businesses. In her current role as the head of customer voice and experience, Dunn focuses on expanding the reach, return, and resonance of U.S. consumer marketing, driving customer and prospect engagement. She currently serves on the Union Settlement Board of Directors as both the vice chair and the head of the Development and Communications Committee. Please join me in honoring our Union Settlement 2021 honoree, Dunn Zappetti.
Until I was preparing for this, I had
no idea about your family roots in East Harlem.
Yeah, well, right over here is actually where their first apartment was. They started out in the Bronx when they first got here from Italy, but then they moved right here. You know, at that time, East Harlem was a mostly Italian neighborhood, but still like it is today, a big bustling, you know, neighborhood for immigrants, people who are first settling here. My great aunt was telling me that they spent a lot of time at La Marquetta. There were all these little Italian food stalls. You know, it was a great place for them to start their journey here. You know, they stayed in this apartment not for that long because there was no heat, so they were lugging coal, maybe even up that fire escape for all I know, but they were lugging coal up there. It's interesting, they moved to an apartment building on 112th Street, which was then torn down for Jefferson houses. But I guess what the city did is anybody who had been living in a building that was torn down, they gave them the option to live in Jefferson House. So they lived there. That's why I love the whole connectivity because, you know, we have Jefferson Senior Center and Jefferson houses. So it's really interesting to think about my family being here, you know, 50 plus years ago and how it intersects with Union Settlement.
Tell us a little bit about all the amazing things that you do for the board.
Yeah, you know, what's been one of my favorite things about being on the board is that I get to take my 25 plus years in marketing and, you know, use it for this organization and for something that means so much to me. You don't always get that opportunity.
Yeah.
Our breadth of offering is so vast. It can be really hard to tell that succinct story, which is you really need to be able to do to help potential donors and others understand sort of what the core is and what our mission is. But it's a challenge that I feel like I can really help with, given all that I've, you know, been doing for my career. I think Union Settlement for me was a way to sort of bring East Harlem back into my adult life, but also expose my immediate family to it. My kids have volunteered at Union Settlement. And I think it was a really great way to have them be exposed to a neighborhood with this real sense of community and roots to our family. It allowed me to bring that part of my childhood to them, which made me just feel really happy to be able to do that for myself and for them. It's hard to even find the right words for how I feel about this honor. You know, we all love to be recognized for our work, but especially when that work has such personal meaning. The journey of people coming to this country has always been so fascinating to me, and how, you know, success is really based on your family and your education and the resources that you have around you. I love that Union Settlement is not just about providing services, but about empowering people to go out and get what they want and you know, help them to achieve where they want to be, wherever that may be. And so, you know, to be able to donate my time and to this organization and then to be recognized for it was just so wonderfully gratifying.
I had the pleasure of spending some time with our next honorees, Ron Moelis, CEO and Chairman of L&M Development Partners, and Jonathan Rose, President of Jonathan Rose Companies. We're at Sendero Verde, a new development here in East Harlem that starting later this year will house some of Union Settlement's programs for our seniors and our youth. I've known Ron and Jonathan for many years, and I'm grateful to call them not just colleagues, but friends as well. We spent the afternoon at Sendero Verde discussing how they got their start in affordable housing and their commitment to building vibrant and inclusive communities. Ron and Jonathan are founders of their own companies, but they work collaboratively on many community-based projects to bring them to fruition. Jonathan and Ron have been wonderful partners and supporters of Union Settlement. In addition to creating new spaces for our programming, at the height of the pandemic, their companies jointly provided a $100,000 grant that Union Settlement used to keep over 20 East Harlem businesses alive by providing meals to our healthcare heroes working day and night at Metropolitan Hospital here in East Harlem. The restaurants provided more than 5,700 meals over a 5-week period. Ron and Jonathan are truly remarkable and have made an indelible mark on New York real estate development. Please join me in congratulating Ron Moelis and Jonathan Rose as Union Settlement's 2021 honorees. We're here at Sendero Verde, where you guys are working together, and Union Settlement's going to take some space.
Your future home.
It's our future home, that's right.
It's got high ceilings, it opens up into this incredible plaza over here. There's a Harlem Children's Zone school across the way. The plaza is going to have an amphitheater and community gardens and all kinds of outdoor resources. But in here, you're going to be doing really amazing programming.
Absolutely. So it's going to be a multi-use, multi-generational site. It's going to have seniors in the mornings coming in and having lunch and getting socialization and health education. And then the after-school hours, mostly elementary and middle school kids. And then the evenings, we hope to do teen programming. So we hope to do as much intergenerational work as possible. And it's a great, beautiful space because we're mostly right now in New York City Housing Authority buildings. And so for us to move into a newly built structure with a lot more room than we're used to is really terrific.
And you were asking how we got together.
Yes, and on this project in particular.
Yeah, well, Jonathan and I, we got involved when the city, and they put it out for RFP, and 100% low-income housing, somewhere around 380 units. In the first phase, it just seemed like the perfect opportunity for us to sort of blend our talents, but blend the company's skill sets and work together, and we were fortunate enough to win.
So when we competed on this RFP, it was an affordable housing RFP. It was not a social services RFP. But our vision was to do something bigger. And by bringing you in and all those amazing community services that you've been providing for so long in this community, I actually feel that was the secret sauce that helped us win.
Thank you for that. So tell us about, when did you first come to East Harlem?
We came to East Harlem about 22 years ago. We responded to a city RFP that was a large parcel of land on 100th Street and First Avenue. When we won, we found out that the site was being used as a Little League field, and there was some concern about building affordable housing on a baseball field, and we sat with the director of that program and worked out a situation. We built him a baseball field on an adjacent parcel, so he got a new state-of-the-art Little League field. And we were able to build 232 units of affordable housing.
And tell us about coming to East Harlem, because Union Settlement's been here since 1895. So how did you end up in this neighborhood?
Well, we're really a baby compared to you in this, but we came in 2005 through a partner. We discovered a site on 124th Street and 2nd Avenue. The city was then promoting our program, 50% market rate, 30% middle income, 20% low income. And we built the first LEED Gold building in East Harlem called the Tapestry. And then we built a project which had a fantastic charter school, affordable housing above, all on an old NYCHES site.
On 104th Street, right across from Union Settlement.
Right across from Union Settlement. We built that beautiful community park, which I hope you're taking advantage of.
And another thing you've done together and with Union Settlement was, of course, after the pandemic, you came in with $100,000 to keep East Harlem restaurants alive, basically, and provide food to healthcare workers in Metropolitan Hospital. So, every restaurant was shut. And these are like small mom and pop places. They have, no big bank accounts that they could live on. And so that was like a lifeline to these restaurants.
And because we have these kind of restaurants are tenants. We knew about this in the community.
So Ron, another project we're working on together is Lexington Gardens, Lexington and 108th, where we're going to be moving some mental health counselors.
Lexington Gardens is a 100% affordable housing job with about 400 apartments. What's exciting about that property is we're in the process of working with a startup that provides very inexpensive broadband and internet service, which has been sorely lacking in neighborhoods like East Harlem, and we've sort of seen the effects of that during the pandemic as a lot of children are home, learning from home, and having trouble accessing the internet.
I want to thank Union Settlement and David for the great honor that I'm receiving tonight. It's particularly exciting to be honored by an organization like Union Settlement, both because they're a partner of ours at Lexington Gardens and at Sendero Verde, and also because of all the great work Union Settlement does. I'd also like to thank my team for all the great work they did. And finally, I'd like to thank my co-honoree, Jonathan Rose. It's been a pleasure working with him, excited about being honored with him, and it's also going to be tremendous to continue the great work that the Rose Organization, L&M, and Union Settlement does together going forward. Thank you.
So I'd like to thank Union Settlement and all those of you who support it for this extraordinary award. I'm really, really grateful. It's deeply meaningful to be recognized by an organization that has such deep roots in the community, has done so much work in the community and will continue to do, and is such a vital part of the Sendero Verde project. So I really want to thank you, Union Settlement, for recognizing my work, and most importantly, I want to thank all of the donors and supporters for recognizing Union Settlement's wonderful work.
Here's wishing you a grand slam this evening, and thank you for all you do for fellow New Yorkers.
Congratulations and thank you to all of Union Settlement's wonderful honorees, partners, participants, staff, entertainers, and the whole East Harlem community. This is the end of our program. I know time goes by so quickly when you're doing your hair, makeup, and nails. I mean, I had a lot of fun backstage. I hope you did at home. And thank you for supporting Union Settlement. You can continue to make donations on the website at www.unionsettlement.org/springbenefit. And if you would like to see the program again, the Manhattan Neighborhood Network will broadcast the event on Wednesday, April 28th at 6 p.m. So check your local TV listing or the Union Settlement website. Thank you and good night.